Hi guys, little bit of a change in the schedule. Was supposed to see the L Rock, but the Skoda garage in Cramlington called me and got me all confused about when I was coming yesterday. So cancelled that, and I found that you can easily book a Tesla test drive unaccompanied for an hour via their app. So we're going to go test drive a new Model Y, or at least I hope it's a new Model Y, the Jupiter. Is it Jupiter? Juniper. Juniper. Um, to see what that's like, and we'll see what it is. We'll see if it's a rear-wheel drive or a long range or an all-wheel drive, and we'll see what we make of the new styling, the new headlights, the new suspension, and those sort of things. And I'm just going to get you to enjoy my charging spot here with the free bird poo it comes with every day. Wonderful. So let me know what you think, or if you're excited about seeing a Tesla Model Y, and I'll quickly jump into showing you how to book it on the. So this is my Tesla Model Y demo drive. Let's look at the details. And this is where it's going to be. It's going to be in Cramlington at the Manor Walk Shopping Centre. Let's see if we can reschedule. And we'll put my address in. Perfect, and it doesn't show my address, so that's wonderful. I could go to Vroom Retail Park, but accompanied. There's a self-serve at Cramlington, there's a Metro Centre pop-up, and there's one in Gretna Green. I don't think we'll be going that far. So you can see how you can choose the Cramlington ones. There's loads, essentially no one's booked one. Might not be well advertised at all, but you can choose those. So I've already selected mine, but you could select the 12 o'clock as well, so I could have it for 2 hours because no one else is booking it. And it's really nice and easy to do. So that's how you book your Tesla Model Y or Model 3 test drive in the UK. All right, well, let's go enjoy it and let me know if you've got any questions. Hi guys, got two disappointing things. One, I've left my DJI camera plugged into the computer. The computer's gone to sleep, and I think the camera's completely drained its battery again. So hopefully when I'm in the Model Y, I can charge it. Two, it's 2 minutes to 11, and this is the Manor Walk spot for Tesla test drives, and there's not one there. So that's a bit annoying. Now, it was a little hard to find this place anyway. Manor Walks is easy to find, but there's loads of different car parks, and these are the only signs for where the test drive thing is. And the Tesla app doesn't really help you with anything. So what am I going to do anyway? So I think I might just call Tesla Newcastle and just see if they know where the car is, if the car's coming, what the hell's going on. If you want to know where this location is, obviously Manor Walks is findable in Cramlington, but this is the main car park just here, with the View Cinema, etc. in the background. Zoom in a bit for you. Sainsbury's Petrol over there, and Trustan Motors over there. But yeah, this has been a wee bit disappointing. A, bloody camera's drained itself again. So annoyed about that. And B, no car here yet. So hopefully this will charge and be able to turn on, charge enough to be able to turn on while I'm in the Model Y. Hopefully the Model Y actually turns up, because currently it's in invisible grey. This is the Emperor's new Tesla, and it's got its beautiful clothes on. And just look at the new headlights, look at the new light bar. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen a more stylish Model Y. Look at the new paint colour as well that it's chosen. It's absolutely fantastic. So am I test driving a Model Y or not? Who knows? Let's find out soon. Right guys, so this is the instructions I have for trying to find where this Tesla's parked. It seems to be parked outside B&M's. So I've just got a couple of minutes walk down there to go and get it. Perhaps you can leave it anywhere, and they're not so precious, or you leave it outside off, but it's a bit frustrating. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, I'll update you when I'm at the car. Hi guys, well I think I've figured it out. Someone has parked it in a different car park. So after 11 o'clock, the app allows you to locate the car, and it gives you a map and it tells you to walk this way. So I'm gonna just do a screen grab of my Tesla app to show you how you find the car should it not be parked where it's supposed to be parked. But yeah, slightly less smooth experience owing to this nonsense. But let's see if we can find it somewhere. Okay, guys, I found it. I think a Tesla employee is returning it, and/or this customer is returning it. So I'm going to go back to the test drive centre and hand it in, or follow where he's probably going. I've just jogged down here to come find where he's parked, and now he's going back to where I started from, which is a bit frustrating. Great test drive service. So this is one of the problems with the sort of self-service test drive thing, is that people will be late returning the cars, and the car will be AWOL, and yeah, not exactly turning into the executive test drive kind of experience. Whereas for my Polestar 4 test drive, I turned up to an Aston Martin garage that they shared with Polestar. You get free coffee, you get free pastries, you get free fruit, you're treated like a star, but it's a lot of fuss, it's a lot of bother, it's a lot of hassle. Well, I did get an hour's test drive. We're already 5 minutes into my hour because this person's been late, and now I'm walking back, so it's going to take another 5 minutes. Yes, you don't have to have any high pressure sales tactics, so that's one benefit, but yeah, so far not the smoothest experience, and it's really not signposted to where this place is, so hopefully this will be sorted soon. See you in a minute. Right guys, so yes, sadly the Model Y only has USB-Cs, so my charging cable for my DJI is a USB-C to A, so I'm not going to be able to recharge this to use. So I've just got my phone pointed on the windscreen there, which is you know, highly professional obviously, but hopefully the mic means that it's reasonable quality. So now I'm all ready to go, and I'm just sort of getting used to the screen, and because I'm gonna have to figure out how I turn it on. So I've pressed the car button on the big screen here, and I've just got to press driving, or you just swipe up. No, that's for climate. Swipe down. Oh right, so I've got it. So on the right of the screen you can go forwards or backwards, so I'm going to swipe it up into drive. So just from here, swipe up to drive, tap to park, I'm back in park. Swipe down, we're into reverse. Actually, when you go into reverse, the windscreens have just tilted backwards or tilted downwards, so that I'm viewing the curb a lot easier, so that's quite good. And we're now in drive, and they've gone back up so you can see further down the road. So it sort of tilts for whether you're looking at the rear wheels or whether you're looking further on the road, so that's quite handy, and quite a luxury cabin. We've got some Alcantara type material here, followed by soft leather. We've got plastics, but molded and soft and reasonably premium, and then down here we've got some Alcantara. So let me just show you those materials because they're all quite nice. So yeah, so we've got molded soft plastics here, so if you are a fan of resting your elbow on these things, that's reasonably comfortable. If you like doing it down below, you've got reasonable comfort down here. This is leather, this is Alcantara, this is a fabric. It's all quite nice. Inside your door bins you've got felted areas, which I'll try and show you down here, so you're not going to have a rattle from any water bottles. That's all quite nice and sturdy. I'll show you the screen here, which is obviously the main feature of Teslas, is being minimalist. You've got all this air vents, so you can choose the pattern for your air vents. This here, I'm pressing the brake now, but if I tap into park, you see on the right hand side over here, tap to the middle to go to park, press up to go to drive, press reverse to come down here. And let me just show you these wing mirrors as they change. So currently our wing mirrors are pointing down to our rear tyre, and if I just swing up to go to drive, you will see them change angle automatically. That is really quite swishy. Obviously the other big feature of the Tesla Model Y and 3 and the S, but not the X. The X has got the gull wing, so I don't think there's a pan roof. There's this beautiful pan roof. Now, unlike the Polestar 4, you do have this rear pillar just behind your seats, and you do have a rear window, so you've got a little bit of a block for your rear visibility, but so far I feel like it's pretty good. You know, I'll be able to see if I was reversing and stop and not hit that Tesla sign, etc. But you know, how much benefit is that versus the camera? Not sure. So anyway, let's just go and have a little test drive in the Y. I'm planning to go to St Mary's lighthouse, so let's get off there. So are we in? Yep, press accelerate to drive. You can't set off. You can't drive the car with the brake pedal only. You've got to actually use the accelerator to accelerate. So far driving feel, you know, this steering wheel is lovely and smooth, it is nice and thick, it is nice and sturdy. I haven't checked what regen it is, but it seems to be definitely one pedal driving. It is quite a severe regen setting. I know that you can change that. So now we're setting off. I think this whole phone balancing on the windscreen is not going to really work very well, but we'll do our best. So yeah, I'm completely gutted about the DJI camera. Messed up again, but I did arrange this last minute, and I might be able to arrange to come back this afternoon once I've charged the camera to do this better and to give a better justification. But so far I'm really impressed by the drive of the Model Y. I have driven the old Model Y, and so far, you know, this feels not too hard. One of the criticisms of the old Model Y is quite hard. You'd feel every bump. It's certainly not wallowy so far, but I've been going very low speed, haven't I? So can't really tell. But yeah, we'll get out to the St Mary's Lighthouse. Hopefully got time to get there and get back. I've been a bit late getting in, so I'll try and it's got a stalk, which makes it better than the Model 3, eh? I'll try and get out and get back in time, and hopefully this works. Yeah, this is getting a bit dodged really, so I'll say goodbye for now and pick up when I'm back later. So it was empty in the morning, so the Tesla guy said that he just took it out to the supercharger, which is why it wasn't quite ready for me, because they took it out to charge it. But it's at 96% now. It is reading at, oh, it's not showing me a display of sort of mileage. See if I can get that up. You gotta play with the screen and know what you're doing with Teslas to sort of get around their screen. So dynamics, yeah, we're in sport, and we're in deceleration is standard rather than reduced. So let's see what the reduced regen is like. Yeah, it's a bit more my style. It's a bit more ease, because otherwise you can yo-yo a lot. If you're not used to regen driving, you can yo-yo a lot, which can make you feel a little sick, or your power passengers feel a bit sick. So it doesn't give you that really strong regen, if you should like that, but equally clearly this camera position is not going to work, but we'll just do a little bit more talking. So yeah, Teslas take a little while to get used to it. Certainly the cabin feels very nice. Really like the steering wheel, really like the handling. Going around the roundabout was nice. You didn't feel like you were sagging in the steering too much, but I certainly can't push it while I've got the phone here recording. And I don't have an attachment for my DJI. Hi again, everyone. Hi again, everyone. So just done a little bit of more dynamic driving on some of the roundabouts and some of a 50-mile-an-hour stretch coming down here into Whitley Bay. We're just on Muntseaton Drive now by the high school. Take the second exit. Got the navigation on. We could probably mute that. But so far, this is the all-wheel drive version. I don't know if it's the performance or not, but the acceleration is incredible. Now into the roundabout and take the second exit. Muted. The acceleration is incredible. The suspension is good for no body roll, but it's also smooth for the acceleration is smooth. The suspension is good for low body roll, but it's also smooth for the potholes. You don't feel the weight of the car. You don't feel like you're in a ginormous SUV, which you are. And so it's a wonderful car to drive, actually. Obviously not doing anything crazy and within legal limits, but so far the driving dynamics of this are fabulous, I would say. So super impressed by the cabin quality. It is night and day compared to my Hyundai. I think it is better than the EV3 that I tried as well.
Feet, enter the roundabout and take the second
I muted
exit.
you. Apparently I don't know how to mute things. End trip. Okay, there we go. So hopefully I'll just stop it. So I'm super impressed so far with the driving, with the cabin quality, and all the other things. Brake pedal is quite firm, but it blends regen and friction brakes really well. I changed down into low regen setting, which isn't quite a coast. It's still one pedal driving, but you've got to really anticipate when you might want to stop if you're gonna try and do it that way. But it doesn't yo-yo the car. It doesn't give any of your passengers travel sickness, which is one of the things that I sort of think about in mine. So yeah, we're just about to get to the lighthouse, and then I'll talk about my thoughts and feelings about the car and walk you through the looks of it really soon. So yeah, I'll see you in a minute. Alrighty everyone, here we are with the new Tesla Model Y. Hopefully my microphone is hiding all the wind noise and that the quality remains really good. So we're a beautiful location for a beautiful newly redesigned car. This is the 2025 Juniper version, not Jupiter, Juniper. And you can see it's got new designed headlights, look less like a frog as my dad called them. It's got a light bar across the front. It is a raised SUV style, but sweeping aero hatchback. So this is what the side profile looks like. Not too high, not too ridiculously tall. Doesn't feel like a huge, ginormous car, even though it is. Great styling along the body. You can see the great aero efficiency teardrop shape of the car. You've got beautiful alloy wheels here. The boot, see if we can get this to open for you, is an auto lift gate. And you've got a fold away, lift away, fold away, parcel shelf, and an absolutely huge boot. I could fit completely in this, I reckon. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, so can it fit one 5'9" man? Yes, it can. If that is remotely useful, I reckon you could easily get my big tent. You could easily get my refrigerator. Now, the Polestar 4, if we had a look, had power outlet. Is there a power outlet? No, there's a hook. There's some tethers for seats. There is a charging cable, presumably. Can't find any power in here at present. And these get your seats down. So yeah, and then you've got a privacy parcel shelf for if you've got valuables in there. Is it sturdy? It is sturdy. It could take light things like books, etc. It is a powered liftgate. The original Model 3s weren't, but it's been a long time since they added that. So great styling. So let's have a look at the interior. Here we go. Now, the door windows are some at the back, some at the back. They're full. I'm sure you're all used to those now if you're used to Teslas. If you want to open the door, you've got this button here, or you've got this button here. And unlike VWs, you're actually allowed window buttons. So let's look at this beautiful minimalist grey interior. It's the standard plus interior. It's got heated and ventilated perforated leather. It is wonderfully soft. You're beautifully bolstered into your seat and wonderfully supported. And then the main thing in a Tesla, as you know, is the screen. You can control, everyone thinks about climate control and lack of buttons. You can auto heat the steering wheel. You can auto heat the, you can turn on one, you can turn on two, you can have on auto. You can auto fog. The fans are put on medium, we can put them on low. It's auto for 21 degrees. You can change where these vents go so that they're pointing wherever you fancy, if that's something you want. You can turn the rear on and off. I think it's currently on, but yeah, look, you can point them at your kids. You can turn them off. Don't know how to turn them off. Low, etc. So that's all doable. Powered off for the rear. There you go, there's dog mode as you saw there. there's so much to do in a Tesla screen that I won't go through all that for you, and I'm sure Tesla owners can do a better job of that for you. You have a real, ooh, that's funny, you have a real windscreen. Unlike the Polestar 4, which I've tested before, this was coloured in. In fact, the more I think about it, the less benefit I feel like you get from actually having that rear glass, and the less silly the Polestar 4 feels. But you've got this beautiful pan roof, is one of the original claims of a Tesla. It's got a little bit of bird poo on the top, whoa, and you've got beautiful dramatic skies. But the rear is also similarly stylish. You've got wonderful leather seats, and let's just see how much room you get back in there, and I'll compare it against the Polestar 4 in my mind, and I'll compare it against my Hyundai Kona and any cars I've recently been in. So let's quickly pop into the rear of the car. We're now in the rear of the car. Actually, there's loads and loads and loads and loads and loads. I have my position. Just close this window for air noise. I'm quite short. I'm only 5'9", just below UK average. But I had my seat as low as I can get it, and that's what I like. And if you look at my feet here, loads of room to fit underneath. So no matter how tall you are, you will fit in a rear passenger seat in a Tesla Model Y. Absolutely fine. Got loads of headroom. I've got at least a fist. So if you're 4 inches taller than me, 6 foot, 6'1", you'll be absolutely fine. I think you'd have to be really quite tall, and that's only in the body as well. You've got loads of room for knees, absolutely days of room. So it's a massive compartment, etc. What is the middle like? Well, you've got an armrest with 2 cup holders, which are padded, so there will be minimal rattle. Doesn't look like you've got any ski holders, if that's something that you're interested in. Middle seat, no headrest, but you can rest against the top of this pan roof. I think that's going to be slightly uncomfortable, really, but it is more comfortable than the Polestar 4 in terms of the actual bench seat in the middle here, and you do have more leg room, I would say. You do have this rear screen, which in this and the new Model Y, you can watch Netflix, YouTube, all that sort of thing. You can control the vents from this screen and all that sort of thing. So that is a bonus for getting a new Model Y versus the old one. And it's just wonderful space, really. We can see the front interior a little more from here as well. And so as I was pointing out before, you've got this moulded leather-esque, but I think it's probably moulded plastic, but it's nice and soft. Got this Alcantara or felt over here, suede I mean, and then this feels much more like a real leather. The stitching's all good. Road noise was really low while driving in here, and it was really good. Your sunshades are all interesting, and you've got mirrors to say hi everyone. And they're quite good quality material, actually, and they're quite thin. So yeah, it's a lovely, beautiful, airy space. You can get this in white leather as well for, last time I looked it was about £1,000 or 1,500 to add that. I'm running out of time with the car. I probably need to get back to Manor Walk to return it. So what I'll do is I'll see if I can rebook it for around 2 o'clock in the afternoon with my camera recharged, and we'll see if I can repeat this process and get it off. But yeah, I've really enjoyed driving it. Fantastic car to drive, better than before, I would say. Suspension seems better. Driving experience was wonderful. Really enjoyed it, really. So let me know if you've got any questions. I think this is the all-wheel drive and not the rear-wheel drive, just from the acceleration. And because I don't drive Teslas, I don't quite know the specs of the battery and the horsepower at this point, but I'll pop it up on the screen. Okay, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye. So that is me done with the Tesla Model Y. Ooh, change hands. That is me done with the Tesla Model Y test drive. Been really fun. A little bit of a pain in the butt finding where it is. They don't tell you in the app where it is beforehand. Maybe if I'd looked on a desktop, the map might have been a bit clearer. And we did have a not a problem, but they were charging it before I got here, so there was a little delay with that, but that's no issue. And I haven't quite figured out the screen of the Tesla, so I don't know how to change 93% into an actual range figure, but so far we have done this. 250 would be 4 miles a kilowatt hour, so we're just above 4 miles a kilowatt hour with 242 watt hours per mile. So a reasonably efficient car for a big and heavy one. Okay, I'll let you know if that changes because we're going slightly uphill back to Cramlington, but maybe we'll stay just below 4, which is okay. I think me driving my Kona up to Cramlington from Whitley Bay, I got over 4, I got 4.5 or something like that. So probably a little lower on efficiency versus my Kona because it's probably at least 500 kilos lighter, which is one thing to consider. Bigger batteries, heavier cars, and more road wear and tyre wear and all that sort of thing. But so far, wonderful car, really great to drive, really nice interior. Hi everyone, so I'm straight out of the new Model Y and straight into the new Model 3 for a test drive, so I can back to back compare them and give a hopefully interesting perspective on a non-Tesla owner just trying one out for a bit of fun and compare how the two drive versus each other. You can see it's got an updated headlight, but it's not quite what the Model Y is. I wonder if with the next update that it will become the same. This is the beautiful blue colour. I think you pay £2,000 for the beautiful blue colour. If you want to schedule your own self-service test drive, you can use the QR code just here. This is down in Manor Walks, which is a shopping centre in Cramlington in the northeast. So I've just got to, before I go in, I've just got to get the Tesla app up and then it'll let me in. I had this one from 11 till 12 and I got back a little late because I was late picking it up, and so pretty quickly I'll be able to get in this one at 20 past, so I think it's just in 1 minute or two. You do actually literally have to wait for a minute, you have to wait for that 20 past to go, otherwise you just simply can't get in. So that could be a bit annoying. If you like to be earlier on time, you're not allowed in it earlier on time. The app has literally got to go. And if you're thinking about the car park, wondering where it is, the map to show you where the car is only comes live on that exact hour, that minute that you're allowed in. So let's see how this goes. And again, I'll just get my camera. Again, sadly, this is dead battery because I left it plugged into the computer after the computer went to sleep, which apparently drains the battery. And I don't have a USB-C to C to charge it in the car. So I'll go home and charge it and we'll try again next time. But for now, it's the phone and the microphone, so hopefully this goes well. Right, so I'll say goodbye and say hello to you back in the Model 3.